Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Lee Vern Fitzpatrick Jr. here. Listen, I want to make this video because it's very important. Wait a minute. Did you see that? Look at this thing up here. This thing's like literally hanging from the wire. It's crazy. All right, the branch. But anyway, listen. I want to tell you the most important thing that changed my life. There's actually a couple of them. One of them meditation, but there's one more thing that not only helped my body move great, not only help my joints move better, my muscles feel better, relieve stress, but also help me elevate my vibration and how I feel. So amazing. So amazing. This thing right here changed my life. It actually started when I actually came about it when I was in Texas. My girlfriend asked me to try it out. And I give credit to her because if she didn't even ask, who knows if I would be doing it right now. Right? And she just asked me one day, we were out in Texas, we're out in the park. And the thing she asked, she's like, why don't we try this? Right? And we was out there doing it together in the park. There was a whole bunch of people around. Oh, Texas was just a beautiful spiritual journey. I can tell you that. That's what Texas was. On the outside, you would think, bro, you were crazy. You and your girlfriend are crazy the way y'all were living. But on the inside, I kid you not, that's when we truly start to go within. That's when we truly started to go within. Those moments right there were the biggest lessons. I tell you, that was the greatest experience ever. So we're out there in the park, right? The Buffalo Bayou Park, or Bayou, however you pronounce it, right? And we were out there, so many people out there, beautiful day. You know, it's cold over here in New Jersey, but it was beautiful over there. And, you know, we just rolled out. We were in the grass, too. Took our shoes off, took our socks off, rolled out. And just turned on the YouTube, right? That was the very first time I did this. Turned on the YouTube and we just followed for about like 10 minutes. And then afterwards, it was just such an amazing experience. Like that way we started, like how we felt in the beginning versus how we felt in the end of it was just beautiful. It was just beautiful. And that right there was the beginning of everything changing for me. That right there was the beginning of me continuously elevating my vibration. It was the beginning of me literally changing my nutritional approach and everything about how I'm going about my life right now. Texas was just a phenomenal experience. It was an essential experience. It was essential. I really don't know how I mustered up the courage to literally go such a distance with such little amount of money and just a massive amount of faith and hope that things will work out. And it did. It was so crazy how things planned out. There was literally some magical experiences on how things worked out. But it did. It did. And now we're just a phenomenal journey there. And this one thing that I started doing. I came back and I started doing it every single day. I'm actually getting back to doing it every single morning. I was missing days, I was doing it in the evenings, but now it's time, like, I need to get back on it much, much more because this has literally transformed my life. I was literally doing it every single day for 6 months on end. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. I started to see so much growth, all right? And the truth is, never fix something that isn't broken. So it's like, I got to go back to it. I have to go back to it. It was working for me. It wasn't destroying my life. It wasn't detrimental to my life. It was elevating my life. So why not continuously implement it, right? This is my philosophy. But anyway, this one thing that I do is yoga. Now listen to me. You may say, yoga, Vern? Why, you crazy, man. I am telling you. I used to think yoga was only for women. I did yoga, I kid you not. Yoga changed my life. Listen to me here. Because we have to understand that we have things what we call chakras. People call them chakras up and down our body, right? From here to the top above our head, right? They call them chakras. And doing yoga can actually help release blocked energy. You know, and help release it and come through. This is why a lot of us get sick because most of us, you know, for example, maybe some of us are not communicating what we want to communicate. We're not speaking our truth. So we're not speaking our truth, which is the throat chakra. We get sick, right? Because it's blocked energy. The energy is blocked here. All right. This is real stuff. This is real spill here. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. Most of us are anxious and depressed because of the social media world that we live in, the dopamine that's constantly being released in our body, in our brains from checking social media constantly. And without social media, we're depressed. Things is going wrong in our life. I kid you not, if social media was to be sabotaged today and we were forced to not be on the phones, a lot of people probably commit suicide. Because a lot of us check our phones 24/7, and I fall victim to it a lot myself. But by doing yoga, it actually helps you get connected. All right, it helps you get connected. Now, as far as muscle building benefits, I'm going to speak on the spirituality and how it changed my life spiritually and how it elevated my life. But before I do that, I want to talk about how it benefited me when it comes to my muscles. All right, if you think of a rubber band, like if you take a rubber band, you stretch it, it's elastic. It's gonna stretch, right? And the same thing with our muscles. Our muscles are elastic, but the more we work on them, the more we contract, the more we constantly contract our muscles, and the less we stretch, the more knots and the less elastic it becomes. Like if you ever seen somebody that's really, really big, they'll walk around, their arms, they can't bend their arms down. Like you see, my arms can come down to my side, but some people, they get so big and they're not stretching, they're not, doing yoga, they're not doing anything to help keep the elasticity going in their muscles. So their muscles are constantly contracted. They're constantly on their side like this, right? So it's very important. Even like people like who do chest all day, you'll see them like they'll be hunched over like this, walking like forward, internally rotated. It's because their chest is way too tight. Everything we do in life is forward. Look, like I'm holding the phone forward. So my delts is working, my upper chest, So everything we're doing in our day-to-day is constantly being moved or being done forwardly. We drive forward, we talk on the phone forward. Literally everything we cook, every single thing is forward. We're not really doing much pulling of anything. So this is why so many of us are like stressed out and our chest is so tight. So doing yoga can help alleviate some of this strain and help stretch out the body and help bring it back to where it should be. All right, very important. Also helps with the range of motion with our joints. Like some people, like, look, if you check me out right here, check this out. Like I can reach my hand above my head. Like I can extend my arm all the way up without, having to arch my back. Some people, when they're doing shoulder press, they have to go like this to get their arm all the way up. It's because their lats right here and their chest is way too tight. It's way too tight, and mostly, more than likely, the chest that's tight right here. Because when you're trying to reach up, it's pulling it down. You're being pulled down. All right, so it's tight there. All right, so yoga helps with the range of motion and helps keep the elasticity in our muscles. Very important. All right, but on another level, the spiritual journey and how this impacted me spiritually. First off, take a look at this. I just picked this from the grass. Look at this. You see the lines on this thing? You see the lines on there? Yeah, now look at your hands. Look at my hand. You see the lines on there? And if you look at the bottom of your feet, you'll see lines on there. We're from the earth. I don't want to go too deep or be too complex with you, but think of it in those terms. If you take your socks off right now, if you take your shoes off right now, and you go plant your feet in the ground like me with my shoes and socks off, and you just plant your feet into the ground and you stand here for 5 to 10 minutes and just focus on your breathing, you'll feel grounded because you're connected to the earth. You're connected to the earth. All right? Your feet, you see your feet, you get connected to the earth. Many of us are so disconnected. We think it's disgusting to walk outside with our shoes and socks off. Oh, it's disgusting. But you need it. You need it. You need to get your feet in the soil. How do you think the grass is growing? There is in the dirt, has beautiful sunlight, rain, water. It's hydrated. It's getting its essential vitamins and nutrients, right? It's in the dirt. It's in the ground. So you do the same thing. Just do this for 5 minutes, right? And that's how yoga has helped me, because yoga, I would come out here every morning, and what I would do is, I would come out barefooted. I come out here, walk out here barefooted, and I would do my yoga barefooted. Plant my hands in the ground, plant my feet in the ground. And these certain yoga positions help, like I spoke about before, helps release energy, helps decrease the stress, helps you get connected with your body and with your breathing. Most of us aren't even breathing right. Most of us are not even breathing right. If you tell somebody, the average person, to take a deep breath, they'll breathe into their chest. Worst way to breathe. You don't want to breathe into your chest. You want to breathe into your stomach. You place your hand here. When you breathe in, your stomach should expand. When you breathe out, your stomach should deflate. Think about this. Most of us are depressed, we're anxious, we're stressed, we're frustrated, we're angry. I guarantee you, I challenge you to come out here in the sun like this. Plant your feet in the ground. Open your hands and just breathe for 5 minutes. All of that will be gone. All of it will be gone. I don't care how real or how fake you think the world is. Do this, and I guarantee you'll see how much you are connected to the universe. You'll see how much you are connected to this earth. So do it. I guarantee you will see a much difference. Instead of being on the phone all day in the house, like I said, I fall victim to it sometimes myself too. But you have to make time for things like this if you want to grow, if you want to elevate and put yourself in a better state, if you want to raise your vibration. This, along with the nutritional approach that you're taking, the higher vibrational foods that you should be eating, that's from the earth, from the dirt, not made in a laboratory, okay? Very important. And it's a work in progress. I don't expect you to just stop doing what you're doing, just go eat 100% fruits and vegetables every single day. I don't expect you to do that, And, it's just a work in progress. Just take your time. You see me. You see how I'm doing things. I don't eat meat anymore. I walk past and may grab like a little pebble. Literally, I had it was donuts in the house last night. And I literally took a piece of donut. This is literally like how my cheat days are, my cheat meals, I guess you could call it. I literally grab a little piece of donut and eat it. And then probably go another 5 to 10 weeks without even eating stuff like that, That's just how it works. That's just how it works. You got to start putting more of the good stuff in your body as opposed to the bad stuff. I'm not saying cut out all the bad stuff right away and just start focusing on everything organic and whole food and, and even organic is really not, much of a nutritional difference between organic and whole. Studies even show that. That's not my word. Don't take my word for it. Studies show that there's not much of a difference between organic and whole food when it comes to the nutrients and things like that. All right. But on that note, just when it comes to the yoga has been a tremendous difference in my life. It has made a tremendous impact on my energy and on my breathing and on my mental state and being connected and being in alignment. Because when you're not in alignment, you're disconnected. You're out of alignment. You're doing things and you're taking actions that's not congruent with the path you should be on. So you start getting connected. You start breathing right. That's why I said do meditation as well. Because you start breathing right. You're getting your things down. You're taking care of yourself. Then you're taking aligned actions. You're not a doer. Meditation revolves you to do nothing. Yoga revolves around you doing nothing. All you're doing is stretching. Everybody is always doing something. We're either checking our phones or we're doing something. We're doers, but we're called human beings. We should be called human doers because we're always doing something. We're always distracted. We're never in tune with ourselves, with who we are, with our being. And the more you do this, the more I've been doing this, the higher I go. And this is why I said, I'm cracking down even more and limiting my time on the phone even more, because I start to get more in alignment. I start to become more self-aware. My energy keeps going up. Lately, I've literally been on the phone a lot. I told myself the other day, I said, bro, you're addicted to this phone. You have to be real. You have to be real. You have to be real in order to change it. It's just like, bro, you're addicted to the phone. I watched the Social Dilemma last night, and I think it's over exaggerated, but I do believe that it is true. This is definitely things. It's definitely it's like this, like how I say when it comes to the fitness. If you know the science, you know how to execute appropriately to get the results that you want. And that's the same thing these marketers doing with their social medias. The social media marketing and all that stuff. They know the science. When you know the science, they know how to execute, which is why we keep checking our phone. We keep checking our phone, seeing what's going on. Oh, even if we look at the phone and say, oh, maybe I got something on there Maybe I got something on. Maybe I got a message. Maybe I got a lag. I got something. Let me check it. I'm the same way. So they got all of us. And the best thing we can do is to implement more things like yoga, more things like meditation, more things like journaling. Because you have to get in tune with yourself. If you're not in tune with yourself, you're out of alignment. This is why you're sick. This is why you are ill. This is why you were angry. This is why you were frustrated. Why you were anxious. Why you were depressed. Why you're so into drama and talking about other people. Got to get in tune with yourself. Got to get in tune with yourself. You get in tune with yourself, you'll understand that everything that you are seeking is within you. Everything that you are seeking is within you. And that is why when I went to Texas, I learned that. Because living with my parents, I have everything given to me. Given. Because especially my dad, growing up, he wasn't as fortunate. So, I feel as though as parents, even as people, when you get older and you get raised up, you have certain things that you would do for your child and that your parents did. And you have things that your parents did that you wouldn't do, to your child, and I think that's what every generation, every person that gets born, when they come out, I would do this that my parents did, but I wouldn't do that they did. Everybody does that, so for me, my parents provide for me, help me, and, just literally financially help me. But you learning, going to Texas and not having that and being able to sit and be able to have nothing, to be able to have nothing, no thing, that is where you go in. That is where you start to go within. That's where I really start to go within, because I had nothing. And therefore I became no thing, nothing. I started to go within. I don't want to get too crazy spiritually here, and because some people who are not into it may be confused, like, what? No thing, nothing. What is he talking about? I am this, I am that, I am that. No, we are not. I'll keep it at that. But when you start to go within, you really start to see and feel a difference. But you have to be consistent with it. Don't expect this to take over your life in a day or two. Like I said, I was doing it for 6 months on end, and I started to see so much changes. And, I'm starting to incorporate more things into my regimen that is part of self-care, because I believe self-care is so important. That's why I always say true love of self is good health. Health is not limited to fitness and nutrition. Fitness and nutrition. Yoga is not fitness. Yoga is not nutrition. Grounding yourself and meditation and breathing, that's not fitness. That's not nutrition. But true love of self is good health. That is health. That is health. You're taking care of you. Boiling some ginger and putting some herbs in there and some lemon and things like that in there and breathing into it and allowing it to cleanse you out. That right there is health. That right there is health. I'm not consuming it by eating it, but I'm consuming it through my breath. I'm consuming it through my pores. But these are the things that we should be worried about. These are the things that we should be focusing on. The things that we should be so focused on. Not the things that we think are big that's happening in life that we think is big. That's not big. These things are big. This right here is big. I'm telling you right now. This right here is big. Okay? But to sum it up, I don't want to go off too far on a tangent. But to sum it up, yoga was the one thing accompanied with meditation that has transformed my life. All right? And the more I do it, the more I'm able to elevate, the more I'm able to find out and look into limiting beliefs and look at what's holding me back and look at all these things that's coming up. All right? And all these things that I'm able to be free of through yoga. All right? So it's very important. And on a physical note, it helps with your body, the way you move, the way you feel. You feel more relaxed, not up tensed and tight. And it just helps so much. All right. So this concludes this video here. I highly recommend you do 10 minutes. You can find something on YouTube. I follow people on YouTube, or this one lady, actually, her name is Cassandra. She has so many 10-minute yoga, 10-minute yoga, what's the word I'm looking for? 10-minute yoga sessions that you can do, all right? Whether that be morning, whether that be evening, okay? And I do these whether it be morning or evening, but like I said, I'm getting back to doing it every single morning instead of waiting for the evening, because I like the morning. It really starts the day, sparks the day up. At night is good because, you get the wind down, you feel relaxed, going to bed, feeling great. But the morning time is just perfect because You got that boost of energy. You're up. You're feeling amazing. You're feeling loose. You're ready to rock and roll. All right. So you can follow her. You can find her on YouTube and follow her. She has so many 10 minutes. I'm after how things have been going in this world, I actually try to find somebody who is more so of my color that does yoga, but not many people of my color have the 10-minute yogas like she does. All right, but she has a lot of videos, 10-minute yoga videos that you can follow. It's just amazing how it can transform your life. It's just amazing what it can do for you. All right, so with that being said, this concludes this video. I hope you guys get in tune, take your shoes off, take your socks off, start getting into the grass more, get connected, breathe, let the sunshine hit you. All right, breathe correctly. Remember, when you inhale, let your belly increase. As you exhale, let your body deflate. All right, that's very important to understand. A lot of us are not breathing correctly. Our energy is all messed up. Think about when you're angry. Think about how you're breathing when you're angry, right? When you're angry, you're frustrated. Your judgment is clouded. Your judgment is clouded. Same thing like when you boil water. When you boil water, you can't see straight through the pot. It's boiling. All you see is boiled water, right? Same thing when you're angry. You're not breathing. You got to breathe. Let out that steam. Because when you turn off the pot, what happens? The steam rises, right? When you turn off the boiling water in the pot, the steam starts to rise. It's cooling off. That's what you need to do. You got to cool off. Breathe. Cool off. Let that energy ascend. Get it out of there. You got to get it fluent. You got to get that energy right. All right? You got to get your energy right. All right, but other than that, I love talking to you guys about things like this. Like I said, this channel is no longer just about fitness and nutrition, also about, building yourself up and ascending, raising your vibration so you can feel better. You can live better. Your skin can glow better. All right? Things like that. All right, so I love you. I love you so much. Take care of yourself. True love of self is good health, and health is not limited to fitness and nutrition.